Hello everyone, welcome to our video presentation on cognitive styles and second language learning. We are a team of passionate learners excited to share how different learning styles can impact the way we learn a new language. This presentation is brought to you by Naftali Victoria, Irwin Ortiz, Marlene Donner, Crisley Vigil, Cristina Vargas, Cristian Arena, and Hilary Montenegro. We hope you enjoy this presentation and discover which learning style works best for you when learning a new language. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about cognitive styles, which mean the different ways in which people think, learn, and also solve problems. There are three main types of learners. The first one is a visual learner. They learn best by seeing things like pictures, shorts, and also written words. Then we have the auditory learners. They learn best by listening to explanations, music, or discussions. Finally, we have the kinesthetic learners. They learn best by doing things like hand-on activities and movement. Understanding these learning styles can help us learn language better because we can use the best method for our brain.
Hi. Did you know that children has different ways to learn another language? Well, that's called cognitive styles. A study from Nanjing Normal University named Study of the Relationship Between Cognitive Styles and Learning Strategies reveals how cognitive styles shapes our learning. For instance, kinesthetic learners thrive on hands-on activities, excelling through role plays and physical engagement. While on the other hand, auditory learners absorb language through listening and repeating phrases. So, by recognizing these cognitive differences, we can make language learning both effective and fun for everyone. So, what's your learning style?
Cognitive style in women's language learning. Women tend to be more feel dependent, meaning they focus more on contextual learning or group based activities, favoring communication and social aspect of language. On the other hand, we have men may show tendencies toward feel independence, focusing on role based and structure learning.
Hello. Different types of cognitive style. Cognitive style influence second language acquisition by determining how students process and retain information. As can be seen, the three key points are visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Visual is preferred imaging diagram and concept map, use visual like color code, notes, and mind map, benefit from videos and interactive presentation. Auditory learn best through listening to explanation, discussion, and audio material use podcasts, debates, and auditory memory improve comprehension with audiobook and conversation. Kinesthetic is need physical activity and hands experience benefit from role playing, simulation, and interactive learning to internalize the language.
Finding and theory of research. Back model is proposed by Glender and Grading. This classified by learning into three styles. Number one is the visual. Learn better with image, graphics, and color. Auditory is the number two is retain information by listening and repeating aloud. Number three is the kinesthetic. For learning by doing with movement and hands-on activity. Example, another sport. Learning preference. Some study subjects that students might lean toward a particular style, such as visual or kinesthetic. And the criticisms and controversies. Study indicate that it's not solid evidence that teaching according to a preferred style improves learning. We have the finding and theories of research.
Let's continue with some suggestions for the learners. In the first place, we have that when learning a new language, it is important to build on what you already know. Always try to relate new concepts to prior knowledge. This makes learning more meaningful and easier to recall. Another suggestion would be to understand. Do not just memorize, because rote memorization may help you in short term, but true understanding allows you to apply knowledge in different situations. Another suggestion would be to use real life examples. Connecting real learning to real world experiences helps reinforce concepts and make them more relevant. Another tip would be to organize information effectively. This can be done by using different tools like mind maps, summaries, or outlines to structure knowledge logically, making connections clearer. And the last one would be to ask questions and reflect. Engaging in discussions and questioning why something works deepens comprehension and retention. And always practice what you are learning. By applying this knowledge, you can have a more effective comprehension of the new language. Here are some tips or suggestions for teachers. The first one is always include picture, images, and diagrams in order to make things easier. Use activities that include movement or hand on activities to make things easier to understand and also not to make students get bored. Finally, try to incorporate group works or if they prefer to be alone, maybe it can be useful for you to let them choose what they prefer.
As a conclusion, adjusting teaching to each student's style helps them learn a second language is better. A student with greater adaptability can learn more easily with different methods. Using visual, auditory, and kinesthetic approaches make learning easier based on each student's styles. And also, understanding that every student learns differently allows teachers to create more inclusive and effective strategies.